There you all are. This is another notes from a place called Pushkar. I was in Pushkar. I was only supposed to be there for 3 days, but I stayed for six. Beautiful, beautiful small town. To give you some context as to what you're looking at, um, this was the place where I went picking up the rubbish. So we'll go picking up rubbish in the desert for a while. Then I'm going to bring it for a walk, and then I got invited to a 25th wedding anniversary. I'm so behind on the editing on these videos that the next introduction I'm doing, there could very well be snow in the background. But anyhow, notes from Pushkar, here you are. I'm in Pushkar out in the desert, and today is India Republic Day. You see behind me there's a bit of an old stadium, and people have been out celebrating India Day, Republic Day all day today. But not us, no. I'm out over here picking up rubbish with all these people behind me, people from Israel, England, everyone else. We're having an old plastic pickup day organised by the people in the hostel. I wasn't going to do any video footage in Varanasi, but this was just too much fun. I ended up sitting in a hole in the ground with a load of children who live in the desert. We were picking out plastic. I'll show you a bit of that footage there now. I think I've also been interviewed by Indian News. Could be a local station. Might see if I can find that later on. They're a spectacular day out in the desert. All the Indians are over there having a great time celebrating, and we're over here with our Indians picking up rubbish. And so what else would you be doing? What else would you be doing? Fantastic. Is this recording? It is. I'm sitting in a hole in the desert with this little fella here, and we're picking up rubbish. You're now picking up plastic all morning, and me and this little fella ended up sitting in a hole. Isn't that right? Yes. Say yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So we've picked up lots of rubbish. Don't know if this is working at all, is it? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We've been out clearing up rubbish, and been great fun. A couple of hours, made a hell of a difference. But me and this fella just ended up in a hole in the ground. Here I am out in the desert. We've been picking up rubbish. We've made a huge effort. A couple of the little helpers there behind me. There they are. Little sort of desert urchins. Over there's a camel out in the road passing by. But I had to get a bit of footage of this. Here we have behind me an old Massey Ferguson. I think it's 10:35 out in the desert. Massey seems to be the job. We're loading up all our rubbish, as they say at the old Massey. If it's not red, keep it in the shade. There we are, still out in the desert. Wanted to show you something, a bit of nature. Here we have some little desert hogs, pigs, hairy little fellas. They're more like boars than anything else. They're scavengers. They eat crap. Now there's no, as you can see, there's very little grass. Pigs like that normally in the wild they'd be rooting for roots, but there's not much here by way of food. So they scavenge off what the people leave behind. It keeps moving around. That's an old cow. Again, the cows are scavenging for nothing. There's these little pigs. They're not very appealing looking. I mean, you wouldn't want to be cutting them up for rashers. There wouldn't be much rasher on them, nor sausage either. There you go. The hairy, ugly desert pig over there. Some more cows. You see the cows over there? Scrawny as be damned. And they're eating out of the rubbish tips. Again, they don't eat off grass or silage or hay. They just eat. They scavenge what's left behind by the humans. A bit of a constant out here is cows, hairy pigs, and the old camel doing the old tours. And there is an awful lot of Indian tourists out here, and there is getting a little wave from the Indian tourists. This is their idea. This is what they call a camel safari. Go for a safari there. They have the whole families squeezed in there. And I suppose it's like going to Bettystown for the day, or I don't know, Tramore. Just want to show you the hostel I'm staying in. It's beautiful. Today they have it hired out for a wedding anniversary, 25th wedding anniversary. And loads of people down there in their saris, all eating their Indian food. Beautiful, colourful. Middle of the day, like someone down there taking footage of me and me taking footage of her. Beautiful hostel, cost me about, say no more than €10 a night. And I get this fantastic room. I'd like to say this is where the magic happens, but there ain't no magic here. There is the beautiful wedding anniversary taking place here in the grounds of the hostel. It's beautiful. We'll go out onto the street now. I'm not going out too long. Don't feel the best. Hope it's not this coronavirus. There was a couple of Chinese people in the restaurant last night when I was eating. Maybe I'm just feeling a bit low. I'll be grand. I'll go out here now and see what we can find. I'll just give you a look at the high street. It's spectacular. Lovely. And bits of artwork there. Lots of lovely art. There's cows everywhere. I'm going to make my way up to the post office. There's my Danish pals. Are you well?
Yeah.
How's tricks?
Hey.
Are you good? They were a Danish couple I met yesterday. Out picking up plastic. They were fans of Vikings, telling me all the shite things that Vikings is, how bad it is for authenticity. But sure, look, we weren't doing Vikings for the authenticity of it, were we? I'm back to going to the walk to the post office, see what we can find. Lots of fellas baiting around on motorbikes here. I'll go over here. Lovely. A little square there. We come down here now. These are the famous Ghats of Pushkar. Now, do I need to take my shoes off? There's no one here telling me to take my shoes off. Don't you worry now. There'll be someone along giving out to me Billio for not having me fucking shoes off. And now there's the dog. He looks dead, but he's not dead. He's asleep. There's the fella now too. Namaste. Huh? Ireland. I have been here already. I've been blessed. I've done everything. So I only came to have a look.
No problem.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Thank you. There is the beautiful lake. That's a man going in for a swim. I wonder if it's clean now. Don't know if you saw what happened there. When you come to the lake, be sort of standing around and a fella will come up to you and he'll have a little flower in his hand. And before you know it, he'll put the flower into your hand and he'll then guide you down to the lake there. And next thing you know, you've got two fistfuls of flowers. They're pouring water over you. They're tying little bits of strings onto your wrist. You have to repeat a plethora of chants and everything. And before you know it, you're having to make a donation to whichever one of these temples that you might be standing at. The beauty of being scammed once is you get your little piece of string and you go, listen pal, I've got my piece of string. I don't need another piece of string. Thank you very much. very tempted to go down there and get in there. That looks spectacular. Might at least go and stick my feet in. Beautiful. No thanks, I've been done already. Yeah. Some other fella there trying the old flower in the hand. Once the flower's in the hand, you're sort of fucked, you know. Never take anything from anyone in this country. Don't shake hands with strangers on streets, because before you know it, they're giving you hand massages. They'll have jewellery on you. They'll have all sorts of things. Over here in the distance, way over there, there is a tiny little mountain, and up on top of that mountain is a temple. There are over 2,000 steps up to the top of that mountain. And the other day I went up, decided I was going to walk up the steps, nearly fucking killed me. Now I have a severe aversion to heights, and I walked up the steps primarily. I didn't want to go up in the cable car. Well, by Christ, I'll tell you, did I come down in that cable car. There was no way was I coming down those fucking steps again. Anyhow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I've been invited to a 25th wedding anniversary here in Pushkar. The drummers are out. It's all going mad. Oh, shocking happy. Not a drop of drink to be seen anywhere. There are all the ladies out there, one of the saris, fellas dancing, drummers. You probably can't hear me.